Coming to you live on 2K Sports, it's time for NBA action. With Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. And Doris Burks on the sideline as well. Welcome to the American Airlines Arena, home of the Miami Heat, and a great venue for basketball.
Here we go.
And the Bulls start out with the ball. Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. At the 4, it's Gasol with Noah at the 5. Rose is the 1 with Butler as the 2. And it's Dunleavy in at the 3 spot. And the shot is good. Rose has got the first points up on the board tonight here for the Bulls. Derrick Rose has certainly piled up the awards for such a young player, starting with Rookie of the Year, with 111 first-place votes to only 5 for the runner-up. We know about his MVP, and that just shines out so brightly for him.
And how about he and Michael Jordan, the only MVPs in Chicago Bulls history.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Gasol. Dragic. No good on the quick 3.
You know, looking back to Rose's MVP award, his stats were on another planet that year. He was only the 3rd player to report 2,000 points and 600 assists in a single season since 1973. The other 2, LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
Dragic kicks to Dang. He dishes it to Bosh. They set the screen. Whiteside, the pass to Wade. No good with the triple.
You know, in talking about D. Rose, I don't think the individual awards mean much to him. He's about trying to help his team win championships. And that's the kind of mindset he has to continue to display.
Dragic kicks to Bosh. Back to Dragic. Right side a screen. Here's Bosh. And that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. Chicago shooting their first foul shot of the night.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line, so that's a nice all-around effort.
And you can't take those numbers lightly, fellas. I mean, their free throw shooting made a difference for them in a lot of their games last season.
And really, the Bulls weathered a lot of injuries last season and still had a good showing in the East. Came away with the 3 seed when many thought they would sink down after missing so many games from key players.
Now here's Rose. To the middle, here's Noah. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Worked that one inside nicely.
For Miami, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Dragic dishes to Bosh. Back to Dragic. Just 5 to shoot. Lets the 3 fly. The shot misses. And the Bulls going the other way now. And the Bulls did end up with the 3rd seed in the East. 33 of their 50 wins last year, Clark, coming in the Eastern Conference.
But it wasn't an even distribution of those wins for the Bulls. Against their own division in the Southeast, they played 500 basketball. They got their good in-conference record from feasting on the Atlantic teams, taking 16 wins in 18 games against that division.
Dragic against Rose. Right side Gasol. Pass to Butler. Fires from deep. Butler can't get that one to fall. Miami's gone just 1 of 4 from 3-point range here in the first. Bosh, the screen. Dragic kicks to Wade. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense.
You know, Jimmy Butler is one of those guys who had to overcome major odds just to get to the NBA. Reportedly, his father abandoned the family when Jimmy was an infant. Mom kicked Jimmy out when he was 13. The obstacles and adversity go on, yet he's made it and made it big.
Now the free throw is good, now leading by 1. And going back to Jimmy Butler, there were just so many times when he was set up to fail. He was not heavily recruited out of high school. He was even homeless when he was in high school in the Houston area. Went to a junior college, then Marquette, now in the NBA. So he played his freshman year at a junior college, which I think humbled him just a bit, but maybe gave him that work ethic that is so much, Greg, a part of his game now.
And Kevin, the talent was there, and most of all, as we see how he dealt with adversity, the heart was there. He blocked out the distractions and finally transferred to a major college and worked his way into becoming a first-round pick.
Now here's Rose. Following the miss by Hassan Whiteside. Rose kicks to Dunleavy. He feeds it to Noah. On its way from Rose for 2. And again, no good by Chicago. Dragic against Butler. Outside Dragic. This is the Bosh. The 10-footer. Rebounded by Rose. Chicago trailing here. Outside Gasol. They set the pick. Noah the screen. Left side Rose. Nice teamwork to set up the pick play and make the space for the J.
That was an outstanding pick that gave him the room to bury the jump shot. Underrated, but not undervalued.
Rose against Dragic. Here's Wade. Miami no good on that time either.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Gasol against Whiteside. Noah the screen to the inside. Stolen by Wade. Outside Dragic. Takes the 3. Can't get it to go.
And he just hasn't been able to make anything this quarter.
To the paint. It's Butler that time on the assist by Rose.
Another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see them operating a lot of their offense from the interior today.
Now, here's Wade. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him.
And for Wade, we often talk about his physical state, but what about the mental toughness? Here's a guy who's been playing in some kind of pain every game for the past few years, but he just keeps churning the butter, not wanting to let his team down.
Greg, you brought up the topic of Wade. He's had a chance to make several tough mental adjustments throughout his career.
Well, he's always been a guy willing to alter his game for the good of the team. That's why he's got those championship rings, Kevin. You've got to be flexible, not just talented.
Yeah, when Shaq comes in and joins him, then he had to change away when LeBron came in to play
Great
a
credit
different
to
way.
him.
Yeah.
Great credit to him.
Very admirable. And Wade drops them both. Dwayne Wade continues Clark to change his game as he gets older. I admire the way guys can do that. Their head says one thing, but their body kind of tells them another.
And you have to give in to your body as you age, that's for sure. Used to attack the rim all the time. Now it's mid-range jumper heavy.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
And a trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well, Greg.
Whiteside, good. Whiteside's got his first bucket in this one.
And for Wade and his change in style, I really felt it was a necessity. Guys his age can't continue to hit the floor as often as he's used to and expect to make it all the way through the season.
And, in general, back to Wade now. All the greats evolve and add to their games as their careers move forward. The best way to stay relevant in the NBA is by adding to your game and honing your skills.
Amari Stoudemire is checked in for Miami. Chalmers comes in for Goran Dragic. Chicago also making some changes. Taj Gibson's checked in for Gasol. Mirotic comes in for Mike Dunleavy. And Brooks subbed in for Rose. The Bulls have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Brooks with no one around. And the Bulls with another miss.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Here's Wade. Stoudemire with a screen on Butler. Wade drives in. Dang gets a wide open look. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dwayne Wade. Dang's got himself on the board with 3 there. Gibson with the screen on Chalmers. Shot off the screen, and the rejection by Stoudemire. In transition, here comes Miami. 11 feet away. Kept alive. Dang, it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg.
For Miami, they have made 3 free throws so far. Haven't missed any. First one falls for him. And what a tough position Luol Deng found himself in last year in a small forward swap of sorts. LeBron James goes from Miami to Cleveland. Deng goes from Cleveland to Miami. He had his choice. There was Atlanta that was in the mix there too. But he goes to the Miami Heat. He's bounced around a little bit. But still a very big talent.
He is. You know, he kind of likes following legends. Remember, Scottie Pippen was that great small forward in Chicago, and then Luol Deng was the next heir apparent. So he seemed to be pretty comfortable stepping into LeBron's role. Unfortunately, not able to deliver at the same level. And let's face it, the problem is you can't make up for losing the best player in the game, and that's the case here in Miami for Luol.
And it's the Heat with the ball after the Bulls pick up 2. Lets it fly from 18. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. The Bulls have gone 6 of 13 from the field, just under the 50% mark. Mirotic, a screen on Green. Brooks kicks to Mirotic. That 3 off the mark.
And, you know, getting back to Luol Deng, he wasn't entirely pleased with his new role. He's been a knockdown mid-range shooter throughout his career, but last year he was asked to shoot corner threes in volume, and that's not his game.
And he gets the bucket. Green's got his first basket of the night.
Great awareness by Mario Chalmers on that feed.
Bulls trail by 4. Heinrich outside. Pass to Mirotic. The fader. No luck. And the Heat going the other way now.
And back to Luol Deng. I mean, he started last season pretty strong. I mean, Deng was actually healthier than LeBron at the beginning of the year. But the tables turned around midseason. Deng became hobbled with that knee, and LeBron returned to his old dominant self.
Now here's Green. Following the miss by Nikola Mirotic. Used the shot fake to create the angle, but couldn't get it to fall. Chicago's gone 0-4 from three-point land to start out. Looking cold from outside. Gibson setting the pick for Brooks. And again, no good by Chicago. And stolen by Chalmers. Green with the ball. Winslow, the pass to Stoudemire. Got a piece of it. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. And here are the Heat now. 4-point game. 6 on the shot clock. Poked away. Stolen by Noah. Chalmers against Mirotic. Noah with a screen for Heinrich. Back to Mirotic. Gibson dishes to Brooks. Clock at 4. Chicago needs to get off a shot here. Mirotich's shot is off. The Heat leading by 4. Green kicks to Chalmers. Good on the triple.
And guarding him on the perimeter isn't a priority for them right now, but if this continues, it will be.
With LeBron gone, the Heat had to overhaul some things they do on offense, no doubt about it. Still, Clark, they kept some of the principles there that had been part of the LeBron years.
Yeah, exactly. And one of those principles, a big one, was the idea of spacing in their half-court sets. They still were able to open up for a lot of easy threes.
Bulls trail by 7.
And even without LeBron or Ray Allen, as you said, the Heat were very good at setting up threes. The percentage of their made threes that were assisted on was over 90%. That's top 3 in the league for that stat.
Shot clock at 5. Heinrich passes to Noah. Deep 2 from Brooks. The Bulls keep it alive. Here's Heinrich. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
Now that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
You know, even with players coming and going, this spacing they have is a system the Heat have found to be very successful for them. I mean, parts might come and go, but the idea is the same. Space the floor and get quality shots from the perimeter.
And guys, Kirk Heinrich, a steady, reliable point guard, but not last season. Something went severely wrong with his shot to the point where he suffered career-low shooting percentages from the field and from three-point.
Bulls trail by 5. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Mirotic, a screen on Chalmers. Mirotic's shot is off. Talking about Heinrich, the one thing you expect from him is consistency. But when he couldn't provide it last year, the team turned to a different backup point guard.
Exactly right, Kevin. Heinrich couldn't have felt good about becoming a third stringer, averaging the fewest minutes per game of his career last season.
I mean, he makes plays like that in his sleep. The game is just far too easy.
Brooks dishes to Gibson. It's stolen by Dang. To the middle. And Green with the basket on the assist by Chalmers. And now a 9-point Heat lead.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
He's certainly not been at his best this quarter, and that's an understatement.
And Green gets it to go.
And it really starting to look like they're going to have one of those days where nothing goes wrong.
Well, Greg, they certainly haven't done anything wrong so far, stretching the lead into double digits already.
And here is Brooks. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. The first quarter concludes in a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. Heat out front as they end the first quarter on a 20-6 run. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And now a chance to hear from Chris Bosh about what it meant to him to become an NBA player, the fulfillment of a lifelong dream.
I was obsessed with the NBA as a kid, and just like I would have died to get in that locker room, you know. So I always have a moment just sitting around and, you know, just not taking things for granted and really taking everything in. And, you know, I couldn't have written the script any better.
What a great cut from Chris Bosh. That's the kind of guy you can't help Greg but love for his attitude and ability to be, you know, in touch with that kid he once was. I know you played the same way. Chris Bosh is living the dream like you did and loving it.
That's a great point, Kevin. And I think most of the guys in the league feel that same way. I mean, they may not be able to say it or articulate it as smoothly as Chris does,
sure.
but inside every NBA player is a kid who's still thrilled to wear the uniform and play the game they love.
And welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. More action in store as the players get ready to go, having a nice break to get hydrated with Gatorade. And for the Heat here, they've been putting on a show, guys.
A lot of tough D being played by them so far. It's been the difference maker.
Greg, no uncontested shots for the most part. That's why they've had success.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So for Chicago right now, Gibson is the 4 with Gasol at the 5. Butler teams with Dunleavy on the perimeter. And it's Rose in at the 1 spot. That's good. Green's got the lead up to 11 now for Miami.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Now here's Rose. The shot misses. Bosh with some nice D. Green with the ball. Butler covering. Green kicks to Dragic. Here's Bosh, and there's another one for the Heat.
Well, I think it's been said about 1,000 times now how Coach Spoelstra started as a video coordinator with the Heat, but he's been with the organization for so long, they are starting to become synonymous.
Here's Rose, following the basket by Chris Bosh. Dunleavy for 3. The shot's good on the assist by Butler.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. Greg, as you said, Spoelstra has been with the Heat for so long now in his 8th season. He was handpicked by Pat Riley to lead the team, and Clark kind of molded him in his image.
Yeah, and it was clear that Pat Riley believes in him and continues to believe in him. Coach Spoelstra has had very high expectations on his shoulders ever since taking over the team, and he's actually lived up to them.
And Hassan Whiteside of Miami had the breakout year of all breakout years. Clark, he blew up in the right way last season, averaged a double-double over 48 games.
Yeah, and great to see for Whiteside because he did have some issues prior to the breakout year, and it's nice to see him find his stride and produce with that awesome talent he has.
And so he's able to get 1 of 2.
And talking about Whiteside, he isn't completely out of the woods yet. I mean, after a couple of ejections last season, his teammates publicly condemned his actions. They questioned his maturity, challenged him to be more reliable, and for the most part, he was after those incidents.
The Heat leading by 9. Dragic kicks to Green. A rebound by Gasol.
Excellent. Really solid job, actually, by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one. And, you know, the thing about Whiteside, guys, when he's right, he's an unbelievable game changer. 2nd in the league in blocked shots last season. Also posted the 2nd-best field goal percentage. The guy can play if he keeps his head squarely on his neck.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Bulls made the postseason for the 10th time in their last 11 seasons. Last year, they have become a fixture, Greg, in the playoffs in the East.
And how about last season, Kevin, had that interdivision matchup in their first round against the up-and-coming Bucks. Some hiccups for them in that series, but they were able to prevail.
Bulls trail by 11.
Boy, in that playoff series against the Bucks, the Bulls looked like they were primed for an upset as they started slowly, eventually pulled it together, and came in as the underdogs against the Cavs.
Now here's Gasol. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change.
And the Cavs knocked out the Bulls in 6 games. Bulls went up 2-1 in the series, but didn't have an answer for LeBron. Strong effort from the Bulls, though, but they just couldn't match the firepower of the Cavs.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Heat.
Fellas, they're passing the ball the way you're supposed to here in this first half.
Another thing they've been able to really get going so far tonight has been the 3-ball, the long-range shooting.
Both shots good from the stripe. And for most of his career, Taj Gibson has been a tremendous role player up front. GA, he's been extremely steady over 6 full seasons.
And Kevin, he gives you a lot of energy and athleticism when he enters the game. He's got the great length with that 7'4" wingspan. But to me, it's not just about having it. It's about the fact that he utilizes it. And it really allows him to get in there and attack the backboard and contest shots.
Yeah, you know, talking about Gibson, he started 70 games his first year and made the all-rookie team. But thereafter, had been mostly a 6-man off the bench through last season. It happens, but it's still somewhat unusual for a guy to go backwards like that.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
I was able to listen in on what Chicago's coach was going over with his team. Derrick Rose was the focus of the discussion, and he wants their offense to run through him. Coach has a lot of faith in him offensively and let his players know it, insisting that he be at the forefront of what they do at that end of the court from here on out. He also wants them to concentrate on working as a team at the offensive end. Passing, patience, and teamwork, those were the messages. Maybe making those early adjustments will give them time to judge their effectiveness by halftime. We'll soon find out, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris.
And talking about Gibson, if he ever wants to be seen as a high-level starter, he needs to work on a few things. More bankable moves in the post, a more fluid post game, if you will, and really increased strength and consistency. I think those things will carry him to that starting 5.
Here's Dunleavy following the score by Miami.
And, you know, guys, Taj Gibson now has 6 full seasons in the NBA, already 30 years old. Seems like just yesterday he was being drafted.
All right now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And both free throws good from Gibson. Well, Greg, after a run of 10 playoff trips in 11 years, the Miami Heat missing the postseason last year, they'd end up a game back of the 8th spot.
Yeah, and what's hard for the Heat, Kevin, is that they were in the playoff picture for most of the year, and as the season wore on, they slowly fell out of that top 8.
Now here's Rose, following the miss by Chris Bosh. Down low, it's stolen by Wade. Fast break, here they come. Here's Dragic. And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious. You know, guys, for the greater part of last season, it appeared as though the Heat were playoff bound. Even with the players they lost, most figured they would be playing postseason basketball.
Free throw drops for Goran Dragic.
And one reason why the Heat did come up short in their playoff aspirations, they were very poor against other teams in the playoffs. So only went 15-31 against teams that had made it into the postseason last year.
And Goran Dragic drops them both.
And it was a very public falling out between Goran Dragic and the Suns front office. That was a real tense few weeks there before ultimately he was traded.
Good. And that's now 6 points here for Taj Gibson. Miami leading by 9. Dragic kicks to Green. And that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. And, of course, Dragic was traded to Miami last season, said he felt betrayed by the Suns front office, which spurred him wanting out of Phoenix into South Florida.
Yeah, you know what? We'll never know the whole truth about that situation, but Dragic said they told him one thing with personnel and did something else. When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
Feeds it to Green. Plenty of space. And it's Miami with another.
Feeling it. No doubt about it. He's definitely feeling it right now, shooting a terrific percentage from the field.
Gibson against Bosh. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. And one of Goran Dragic's greatest traits, Greg, excelling in the open court. High energy point guard. A lot like you, speed to burn, very smart guy, coveted by many.
He really is. And, Kevin, he transitions from defense to offense as quickly as anyone in the league, a la Tony Parker, except he's also equally adept at facilitating for others and spotting up for the three or just taking it to the rack himself.
Amari Stoudemire, he's checked in for Miami. He's perfect from the line this time.
And, you know, back to Goran Dragic, many of his transition opportunities start with his aggressive defense. Very active with his hands, has the instincts to jump passing lanes, the long arms, to pick off passes. Suddenly, when he gets a steal, he's off and running.
And I love the way he uses his size there to make sure he gets that board.
Outside Butler, fires for 3. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Rose has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. The Heat leading by 8.
And talking about Goran Dragic, the one thing he has to be careful with is being over-aggressive on deep. Reaching for steals makes you susceptible to blow-bys and escape dribbles, and that can lead to uncontested layups and dunks for your opponent.
And Chicago has possession. Following the score by Miami. Shots good by Butler.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
Now here's Green. Look at that.
Sublime stuff, guys. Absolutely sublime.
Clark, he's going to start putting on a show now.
And that's usually how it goes. Once they get that lead, it's almost like they give him free reign.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play. Dwayne Wade on the wing. Defended by Butler. Out to Wade. Throws it up high. Offensive rebound. And he drops it in from the low post. And now it's a 12-point Heat lead.
They've really flipped things around offensively.
Yeah, and anytime you can make more than half of your shots, you'll take that.
Gasol drives in. It's hauled in by the Heat.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
Bulls trail by 12. Inside, Gibson. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. And that's 10 points here for Taj Gibson.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Sometimes, for whatever reason, a lot of times you don't know why. It takes a little while to work the knots out, but it looks like they're putting it together right now.
Now here's Dragic. 5 points in the game. That's good. Chicago with the ball. Down by 12. Rose kicks to Dunleavy. Gasol against Whiteside. Baseline try, and the Bulls tack on 2 more.
Yeah, it's just a smart shot, taking advantage of the mismatch.
Well, with a stroke like that and the height advantage as well, the mid-range J is almost a gimme.
The drive by Green, and he makes good on the layup. Green's got 22 points.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
You're all about imposing your will offensively, getting exactly the kind of looks their coach drew up.
Here's Dragic after Pau Gasol's bucket. Whiteside sets the pick for Green. Back to Dragic. Here's Stoudemire, and it comes off the front of the rim.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
With some arc, Miami grabs the miss. Stoudemire's got his 4th rebound in this one. Wade outside. Six to shoot. With the teardrop, and that one's good. And the Heat lead by 12.
And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
Gibson with the screen on Dragic. Rose with the ball. Now Stoudemire defending. Outside Rose. And it's blocked by Whiteside. And that one's good. 6 points for Pau Gasol.
He's really starting to ramp it up now, getting involved in the offense here after being held without a point in the first.
Outside Green.
Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
That was a Kodak moment right there. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
A splendid pass that time by Rose.
And injuries, once again, were a central theme of the Bulls' season last year. Losing Rose was one thing, but then having Jimmy Butler lose a lot of time put them in such a tough spot.
Now here's Rose. 8 points for him. Dunleavy the pass to Rose, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wade.
Oh, nice play there to get a hand on that pass and tip it out of bounds.
Just a whisker away from coming up with the steal there.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Luol Deng is checked in for Whiteside. Winslow comes in for Gerald Green. And it's Chalmers in for Goran Dragic. Now here is Mirotic. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Noah dishes to Brooks. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. The Heat leading by 10. Wade kicks to Stoudemire. Heat moving the ball around. Shoots from 12. And off the front iron, and in it goes. 6 points for Dwayne Wade.
And when he gets in his head that he's going to get to the basket, very little you can do defensively.
And there's the pass to Brooks. Mirotic sets the screen for Brooks. Loses the defender with the screen and drills the jumper.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Heat lead by 13. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, I'm with Eric Spoelstra, and obviously, Coach, some great work tonight on the defensive side of the ball. How does the team's defense play into your offense?
It just energizes us. We have an ignitable group, and that's how we play. So we have to continue to stay the course and try to keep them off the three-point line as best as we can.
Eric, thank you. Kevin, over to you.
Thank you, Doris, and we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith, and it's the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. So it's Miami who's out on top at the half. They have a 13-point lead. All right, Big Diesel, your take.
I don't think anyone expected to see such numbers from the bench. I'm impressed. It was what they needed, the jolt they needed, Ernie. Wow, I never knew their bench. Matter of fact, I don't even know any of their players coming off the bench. Man. Keep going, bench guys.
And now, Kenny, let's get your opinion on the Bulls.
Well, they're facing a very hot team in the first half. I mean, guys are shooting the ball lights out. But you have to do more to get stops. I mean, tough defense is the key. If you put pressure on the ball and more bodying up down low, that's going to establish more aggressive tone that might shut them down in the second half.
And that's going to do it for now as the second half is almost ready to get started. Back to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew. We're going to sit right here and wait for the end of the game and talk at you again.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first two quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. We've seen Gerald Green really having a great game.
Yeah, he's played just a smart game overall offensively, looking for and finding the gaps in the defense, and also terrific shot selection.
Greg, that's exactly what we're talking about when we talk about being efficient as an offensive player. Fully on display there with him.
The big men are Bosh and Whiteside. Wade and Dang are the 2 and 3, and it's Dragic in at the point. That's the group in the game for the Heat. Now here's Rose. The kick outside to Butler. Dunleavy, the pass to Gasol. Over Bosh. No good from Gasol. The Heat leading by 15. Dragic dishes to Bosh. Rebound by Butler. The Bulls shooting 43% for the game. Rose kicks to Butler. Here's Dunleavy. Wade is covering. Top of the key, Butler. Here's Gasol, and it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
Hit. Shooting one.
The Heat making a switch here. Stoudemire's checked in.
Really impressed with the way Jimmy Butler last season made big strides in his game, going from a supporting role player to someone you can build your team around.
And Jimmy Butler had the career highs across the board last season, won the Most Improved Player of the Year award, really picking up his production in his fourth season.
We had seen the flashes of potential in Butler before. Last season, he sustained great play and really took everything to the next level.
No good from Gasol.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Whiteside, a screen on Butler. And it's Dragic off the drive. Now here's Rose. 8 points for him. He kicks to Gasol. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. And 11 points for Pau Gasol. The Heat leading by 10. Whiteside, a screen on Rose. And it's Dragic off the drive. Look from Dang. And that one hits back iron.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
Over to the left wing. Dunleavy for 3. Another 3 for Chicago.
And when they desperately needed to get things turned around, they were able to rally and get back into it.
And Greg, it was really their defense just as much as their offense that served as the real catalyst, and I think it allowed them to put that run together.
And again, it's the Heat missing.
Ooh, and this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room. Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Wade. And there's Dang. That's good on the assist by Wade. Wade's got 4 assists now tonight.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
Give it up for your Heat Dancers. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
I was able to listen in on what Chicago's coach was going over with his team. The focus of their discussion was getting their offense to run through Butler. Coach is calling on him to play a big role in the offense for the rest of this game, to really be one of the key guys for them down the stretch. Perhaps the rest of the second half will look different after those adjustments, Kevin.
All right, Doris. Rose attacking Gasol. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. So many people overlooked Pau Gasol prior to last season, seemed to think that Clark, was past his prime.
Well, he was a starter in the All-Star game and a huge reason the Bulls played as well as they did. It was a big season for him. A lot of GMs shaking their heads for not going harder after him.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight, and the first one drops.
You know, and with Pau Gasol, it was weird to think that the Lakers were just so ready to let him go and move on.
And so Gasol nails them both.
And with the skill set that Pau has and the year he had, there's no telling how long he can play at a high level. Again, one of those guys that never been reliant on the athletic ability to have an impact.
Now here's Rose. 8 points for him. Out to the right wing. Gasol a screen. Rose passes to Gasol. Dang grabs the miss. Tang's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
And how about the offensive rebound with a little extra punch on the putback?
You're right, Greg. As they look to trim the deficit, could we see them send a few more bodies to the boards from here on out? Maybe, just maybe.
Well, I don't think it would be a bad idea, Kevin. I mean, they could use all the second chance points they can get.
And last year, not exactly up to Noah's lofty standards. Was way down in field goal percentage and free throw percentages compared to the season before, but he did not play completely healthy all of last year either.
A little dinged up, missed 13 games more than he had the season prior, and also the minutes dropped as well. And you could just see him laboring at times on the floor, clearly affected by those injuries.
Chicago on defense. Just 4 points. That's all they've given up here in the second half. Dragic against Rose. Here's Wade. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Wade's got 11.
And, you know, going back to Noah last season, I think the additions to the Bulls front court had an effect on him. I mean, they added Gasol and Mirotic, 2 major talents up front. I think that gave Noah less opportunities than he'd had the year before, and it was an adjustment for him.
Outside Dang. Back to Dragic. Stoudemire, the screen. Dragic kicks to Dang. The dish to Wade. Shot clock at 6. Here's Dragic from outside. A rebound by Gasol. Gasol's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
And guys, talking about Joakim Noah, he was still the spirit of that team last season. Amongst all the great talents the Bulls had, Noah was that energizer and catalyst for the team, a true warrior, even in an off year.
And finished off by Rose.
And how about that one-man fast break?
I love the power finish at the end of it, too.
Outside Dang. Stoudemire, the screen, kicks it to Wade. Outside Dragic. Misses off the left iron.
Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. So it'll be Derrick Rose shooting. That's on Goran Dragic. Gerald Green, he's checked in for Whiteside. Chicago also making some changes. Gibson comes in for Pau Gasol. And Mirotic subbed in for Mike Dunleavy. And it's tied up with that one.
And there was a question of whether or not Derrick Rose would be able to get back to his former self. At times last season, you could see him back in that MVP form.
They get it back.
Well, if this game comes down to the rebounding battle, they'll be the ones coming out on top.
They've had a strong game on that front, Clark, no doubt about it.
Now here's Butler. He's got 10. For the lead, and it's good on the way in. Butler's got 12. And with Rose again, he showed flashes last season of his level of play, Clark, before the injury.
Yeah, exactly. And you hate to see any player go down with injuries, especially a talent like Derrick Rose. He still needs to show that he can regain that high level of NBA play for an entire season. I think that's just a matter of time, Kevin.
And the Heat with some changes. Winslow's checked in for Wade. And it's Chalmers in for Goran Dragic. And a change for the Bulls. Brooks checked in. Chalmers against Rose. 5 to shoot. Here's Stoudemire, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle on a lot of contact there. That's on Joakim Noah. Amari Stoudemire, with a change of scenery last season, was bought out by the Knicks, signed with the Mavs midway through the season.
That was the best thing to happen to Stoudemire, in my opinion, Kevin. He got to play playoff basketball again, and we know that wasn't going to happen in New York.
That free throw, no good.
And for Stoudemire last year, served as a backup big for the Mavs and was still as efficient as ever.
Good on the second free throw.
I don't think Stoudemire will ever be what he once was, but he is a valuable big to bring off the bench for a contending team in limited minutes.
Now here's Rose. He's got 13, and he gets it to go.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Here's Stoudemire, and that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. Chris Bosh is checked in for the Heat. And the Bulls making a change here as well. Kirk Heinrich, he's checked in for Rose. Here's Bosh. 5 points in the game. Bosh, a screen on Brooks. Shot clock at 6. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it. Chicago ball. The Bulls leading by 3. Heinrich outside. Noah with a screen for Heinrich. Clock at 6. Noah with a screen on Green. Shoots. But he gets it back. Heinrich kicks to Brooks. Gibson the screen. Mirotic dishes to Brooks. Mirotic, a screen on Chalmers. Beyond the arc. And Heinrich gets it to go down on the assist by Brooks. Heinrich's got his second bucket tonight. The Heat trail by 6. And Chalmers kicks to Bosh. Stolen by Noah. Brooks outside. Stolen by Bosh. Stolen by Brooks. Pass to Mirotic. Back to Brooks. The 10-footer. The shot is off. And Miami the other way now. Chalmers passes to Green. They set the pick. Launches a three. Chalmers' shot is no good.
Oh, that's got to be deflating and disappointing to miss a wide open shot like that right in your wheelhouse.
Brooks outside. The feed to Mirotic. 6 on the shot clock. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Mirotic has got his first basket. And Chalmers kicks to Green. He dishes it to Winslow. Outside Dan. Bosh passes to Winslow. And just miss after miss right now. The Bulls leading by 8. Brooks outside. Noah the screen. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Gibson with the steal. In transition, here come the Bulls. Heinrich's got the ball. A quick shot there, and it's off target. Miami's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Well, you look back at the 2015 Heat, and the injuries are what probably brought that team down. We can go from Chris Bosh with the debilitating blood clot on his lung and on and on and on. The loss, of course, which was not an injury, of LeBron James. There are a lot of moving parts with that team.
And that's a great point, Kevin. If you take any star off of teams, things are going to get difficult. It was impressive that the Heat still managed to stay competitive once Bosh went out.
Here's Dang. Fades away and sinks the tough shot. Now just a 4-point Bulls lead.
The entire defense was frozen-footed. Nobody picked up the shooter, Kevin.
Noah with a screen on Chalmers. Brooks against Chalmers. Gibson in the post. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the way up. And that's now 10 points for Joakim Noah. And Miami shooting straight 49% from the field. Outside Dan. Traps in the tray. Dang's got 12 in the game.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
Heinrich kicks to Mirotic. Gibson the screen. Pass to Brooks. Heinrich outside. Chalmers against Brooks. Mirotic has a wide open look. The shot is off. And Miami the other way now. Green with the ball. He's picked up by Heinrich. Now here's Winslow. Not a lot of room. Count it! And he'll have a chance for a three-point play. It's going to go on Nikola Mirotic.
That's his first personal foul.
The Heat have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line.
And team stats last season, 74% shooting, so some numbers that they can definitely improve upon.
And that just has to improve, guys. I mean, the free throw shooting is something that has to get better. You're immediately putting yourself at a disadvantage when you shoot that poorly from the line.
Brooks and Whiteside sends it back. We're at the end of the third. Chicago leading. On the court for the Bulls, getting this fourth quarter started. Butler teams with Dunleavy on the perimeter. Mirotic is out there with Pau Gasol. And it's Rose in at the 1. Now here's Butler. He feeds it to Mirotic. No good from outside.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Wade drives in. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Wade's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Heat. And at Clark, we've seen some great competition in this one.
I agree with you, Kevin. I mean, looking at the lead changes really kind of tells the story of this game.
Yeah, 7 already in the game, and I think it shows you how well these two teams match up with one another.
Chalmers with it, and Rose picks him up defensively. The 15-footer. Wade misses. The Bulls shooting at 44%, pretty reasonable. Outside Rose, off the screen, and he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when a team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad.
Here's Bosh, the Bulls getting the bucket. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Just some amazing stats put up by Chris Bosh early in his career. But having been in the shadow of LeBron and D. Wade over the past few seasons, one wonders if Bosh is now a little bit underrated. He's talented and gives you everything you want from the power forward spot.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Chicago.
And I like how they've taken the high percentage shot in the paint. In that first half, we saw them doing it, and they've continued to succeed as the game has worn on.
They've consistently drilled the mid-range jumper tonight as well, which has forced the D to come out on them.
Both free throws good from Bosh. We're getting back to Chris Bosh. It's always difficult to reshape your game around a superstar teammate. I mean, just ask Kevin Love last year.
You know, it's such a good point. When you think about Bosh, you know, he isn't the kind of guy who demands special attention. You know, he's not mugging for the press. He's not out there for himself. He just really lets his play speak for itself. And you won't find many bigs who are as versatile as he is. And much underrated, I think, as a pick-and-roll defender.
And it's Chicago with the rebound. Gasol's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Rose against Dragic. And it's Rose missing.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Now here's Chalmers. Right side a screen. Wade dishes to Dragic. Whiteside sets the pick for Dragic. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. And the Heat lead by 1. Rose kicks to Dunleavy. Back to Rose. And he gets it to go. Rose has got 6 here in this quarter. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Guys, over that last break, I listened to Eric Spoelstra address his team. He told his team to keep looking for three-point opportunities, saying their perimeter defense isn't doing a good job getting out on our shooters. So let's keep firing away until they decide to guard us.
Thanks again, Doris. The Heat making a switch here. Stoudemire's checked in. Now here's Dragic. Dishes it to Bosh. Stolen by Noah. Rose with the ball. Now guarded by Dragic. Outside Gasol. The turnaround. It's hauled in by the Heat.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that. Move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, that was just a terrible shot.
For Chicago, they've gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Puts it up from 17. Stoudemire grabs the miss. Miami's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. Dragic against Butler. Wade drives in. Stolen by Rose. Here's Butler. And it's Miami with the rebound. Dragic has got 4 rebounds in this game. Wade kicks to Bosh. Stolen by Noah. Dragic against Rose. Gasol, a screen on Dragic. Rose passes to Gasol and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. That one is on Stoudemire.
Pau Gasol was the #3 pick back in 2001. He managed to average 18 and 9 his first season, was Rookie of the Year, became a perennial All-Star. There's no way his younger brother Mark, who was a second-round pick, could ever match up to that, right? Not so fast, people. Mark's pretty good, too.
And he makes the first. Talking about Pau and brother Mark, both of them were excellent last season. The difference is that Pau has always been considered a great prospect, so detractors are much harder on him when they see cracks, I think, Greg, in his game.
Yeah, you know, for Marc Gasol, it can only exceed expectations because they started out so low. I'd simply say that if I had to pick between one or the other for best career, I'd do everything I could to pick both.
Good way to get out of it. Good answer. Now here's Dragic. Here's Bosh. That's it, coming off an assist from Dragic. Dragic has got his 7th assist here tonight.
And they'll be counting on even more points from him. That's essential if they're going to pull this game out.
Dragic against Rose. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Rose has got 15 points in just the second half.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. And he made it look easy that time.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
Stoudemire. 2.
And he knocks down the first one. Bulls always seem to be tough on the road, and last season no different. They would end with 23 road wins on the year.
And that number was good enough for the second most in the East. Unlike shooting, it's very hard for defenses to go cold, and that's why the Bulls have been so good on the road.
And both free throws good for Stoudemire.
And guys, touching back on the Bulls on the road, to illustrate how good they are on the road, last season marked the 5th straight year of a road record above 500. Incredible consistency as a franchise.
Dunleavy's shot is off. Miami trailing. And here we go. Fast break. Wade's got it. And he misses the fast break layup. Rose dishes to Butler. Back to Rose. Pass to Dunleavy. Puts up a 3. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. And the Bulls lead by 4.
Yep, you know, here's another stat for the Bulls on the road. Since 2010, when Tom Thibodeau took over, the Bulls have won almost 60% of their road games. That's impressive.
Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. Noah kicks to Dunleavy. The kick outside to Butler. Offensive rebound. Gasol's shot is good. Gasol's got 4 this quarter.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Yeah, and they're really getting pummeled on points in the paint here.
Up top, Dragic. He's covered by Rose. Dragic gets the bucket.
Loose D here. Critical stretch. I mean, you better off sending them to the free throw lines than to have them get that good a look.
Rose kicks to Dunleavy. Gasol against Bosh. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
And the Miami Heat have finished in the top 2 spots or better in each of the years the big 3 were in town. Last season that changed as they would end up 10th in that Eastern Conference.
Free throw drops for Gasol. And for the Heat, once the bullies of the Eastern Conference, they had a lot of trouble keeping up with other Eastern Conference teams.
Kevin, they finished 25-27 against the rest of the conference, played under 500 against the East at home, which really negated their chances for the playoffs.
That one is no good.
Gasol doing all sorts of things. He's got 12 rebounds, and he's hit 6 shots from the charity stripe, contributing to their offense.
And you know what? When he's had the opportunity, he's been in attack mode, and that's what led to those points at the line. Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he had right there.
Now here's Rose. Poked away, stolen by Bosh. Dang passes to Stoudemire. Feeds it to Bosh. Score of the basket is 5th of the game. He's missed 6 shots against those 5 makes.
Nothing too fancy, just simple execution. That's getting the job done when they need to make every possession count.
Completely agree with that, Clark. They need stops and really can't afford any wasted possessions. Those inside shots are nice, high-percentage looks.
He'd have gone 6 of 11 since the start of the 4th quarter. Rose with the block, and they're able to recover. Stoudemire in the post, working on Noah. The shot by Stoudemire, no good.
And this is why you need good defenders on the interior to contest shots.
Yeah, Greg, making every shot a hard one, even the shots in close.
Now here's Rose, and there's Joakim Noah on the assist by Rose. And that's 12 points for Joakim Noah. The Heat trail by 3. Dragic kicks to Wade. Stoudemire setting the pick for Wade. Dang for 3, and he gets it to go.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have. A very impressive 4th quarter from him so far. He's knocked down 5 of 7 from the floor.
Bosh, the screen. Now Dragic. And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts. And you know what? I think he thinks he can make a few improvements to how things are going on right now.
Yeah, and you know, coaches always are looking for ways to tweak things and change it up a little bit, no matter what the situation is. That's what coaches do.
Chicago's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Gasol a screen. Here's Rose. No good. Excellent D there from Stoudemire. And it's the Heat on the break. Shoots from the block. Great defense that time from Noah. Chicago leading. Rose dishes to Dunleavy. Wade with the defensive effort.
He's always going to have a difficult time finishing when the defense is in his face like that.
Dragic with it. The kick out to Dang to take the lead, and that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. Dragic has got assist number 8 now on the night. Into the Bulls, shooting 40% in the 4th. Dunleavy, the pass to Gasol. Shoots from 12. Nice touch on the bank shot. Gasol's got 16 here in the 2nd half. Time running low, guys, and somebody has got to win this one.
This game, as close as it's been, you really hate to see it come to an end.
I agree.
Yeah, well, who knows? We might need overtime in this one. It's been that kind of a game.
That was a good time to call the timeout to try to settle everybody down and get back into their offensive rhythm. They've been coughing up the rock an awful lot.
And the Heat making a change here. Whiteside's checked in. Dragic kicks to Bosh. Butler with the steal. In transition, here come the Bulls. No good. And the Heat going the other way now. Dragic with it. Butler covering. Dragic kicks to Wade. The fadeaway. Joakim Noah grabs the miss. Noah's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class-eating. Here's Butler, and Wade sends it back. And the whistle stops gameplay. It's not a clean block shot. Instead, a shooting foul, and we'll see free throws coming up right here.
Take a look at what Butler's done. He has 12 points, and from long range, he's hit 1 3-pointer.
And when it's all said and done, I got a sneaky suspicion he's going to have a few more.
So he gets them both, and it's a 3-point game.
And you really can't say enough about his composure in the big moments, as cool as they come.
Give it up for your Heat Nation. Come on, Heat fans, you know we have something to prove. So let's get up and let them hear it.
.122 left to play in the final quarter. Wade kicks to Dragic. Whiteside sets the pick for Dragic. Bosh. Foul called that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. They get Paul Gasol.
Chris Bosh. 2.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
Good on the first, and that brings them within 2 here. And so Bosh nails both of them.
Check out the game for Bosh. He has 15 points and 2 steals. It's been a really complete performance for him today.
And Clark, he's made a huge impact at both ends of the floor.
Rose up on top. He's guarded by Dragic. Here's Gasol. And again, no good by Chicago. Miami's gotten a positive outcome on 7 of their 14 3-pointers in this game. Not bad at all. Wade with it, and Rose picks him up defensively. Whiteside, Dragic. Down low. Whiteside. Money!
That was massive.
You know it. He's stepping right into the spotlight there.
Rose goes in, buries it.
I'll tell you what, this is the white-hot version of Derrick Rose right here. Those and ones can be really critical moments in a tight game like this one.
Heat on offense. And here's Wade. Some solid defense from Butler. Tries to save it.
And it's still within reach. But they have to be really close to perfect from here on out. I mean, they have to get their offense right on target, right on point immediately.
Wade dishes to Bosh. Inside, here's Whiteside. Can't cash in.
Whiteside. 2.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. And that trip coming up empty, missing both. And they need to stop the clock, so there's a foul.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And you know what, Greg? Who knows? A few misses at the stripe, and they're right there within range. You know, late game free throws are a lot different than early game free throws in terms of making.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 4-point ball game.
And that's the knockout blow right there, guys. Those free throws should put this one away.
Give it up for your Heat Dancers.
Rockets the pass to Wade. And so the big win by Chicago in a tight game. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just what a tough-minded group they can be.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Derek, congratulations on a great win. What was the major thing that turned this deficit around for you guys?
Just playing defense. Our defense started to tell offense, and it worked out for us tonight. We definitely don't want to be in that situation, but we just fall away back into the game.
Derek, thank you. Usually it starts with the defense for this team, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
The 2K Sports Postgame Show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we get a chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Derrick Rose. No matter what they threw at him during the second half, it seemed like he had the answer and was able to find all the shots he wanted.
The thing that has to jump out at you is all of those points in the paint. He found every gap in the defense that he could, and he never stopped attacking the basket. If the D was expecting him to just hang out on the perimeter, they were wrong.
We saw Rose explode tonight. His dual threat ability, being able to score or pass equally well, man, that puts him on another level.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.